Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Sean Myatt, game tag LawDog9301. I am playing on a PlayStation 4 console. I am not a big gamer, but I am a long-time player of Farming Simulator, starting with 15. And then in October, I purchased 17, and I've been hooked ever since. So I just started a channel. My channel name is Sean Myatt, LawDog9301. And as I said, this is my first video. So kind of give you a setting of what I'm doing here. I've watched many YouTubers and different streams and stuff, and been playing the game a long time, and decided to start my own channel and do my own stream, or do my own video recording. Right now I'm just going to do video logs, and hopefully if everyone likes my content and videos, I anticipate on moving towards multiplayer and doing some live streams on YouTube. Right now we're playing on hard mode. I figured for this series, kind of start more of a realistic approach. Not 100%, but there's no cheats here. We got $15,000 in the bank, and I think we owe about $100,000. And so we've got some equipment that has been given to us in the beginning of the Old Stream Farm, the map that we're playing on here. We've got about 4 farms. Currently they are cultivated, and so all we have to do right now is we have the option of buying a plow and plowing them so that we can increase our yield. But because we don't have that much money right now, I think what we're going to do is sell some of the equipment that we don't need right now and build up some of our cash flow and move up to a little bit larger equipment. For right now we got this little 3 meter cultivator that I don't think that we need, and this 3 meter Great Plains sower or planter that I don't believe that we need. We're going to trade these off or sell them, get some cash. We definitely don't need the skid steer. We'll keep the hay fork. My intention is I really want kind of a diversified farming. We're going to work our way up to it. Right now we're going to start with row cropping, meaning that we're going to plant and harvest the crops right now and sell them as we go along. We're not going to put anything up in the silos for a little while, and then work our way up to animals and do a little bit of forestry, logging, and wood chips and stuff. So kind of like a little bit of everything. Mowing grass, collecting it for the animals, and also making us some bales. But for right now we're just kind of getting started. So first things first, let's start by selling off some of the equipment that we don't need here. And again, like I said, this is my first video. I have just recently started my YouTube channel. I love this game. I'm just doing this for fun and as a hobby. So please make sure to hit the like button if you like the content, and definitely hit the subscribe button. Kind of doing the right now, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this in series, starting this the Old Stream Farms, and this will be our first video, so series 1, if you will, and we're just going to see what we can do strategically build up our cash flow and build up our farms and eventually buy more farms. And I want to do some video logs at first, see how they do, work my way up to some multiplaying online. Oh my goodness, I cannot drive this skid steer. I definitely need to get rid of this. Horrible driving. But anyway, I want to work my way up to multiplayer. Hopefully make some new friends along the way, and in the farming community of Farming Simulator, and do some live streams, and kind of keep this as realistic as possible. I know there's a lot of folks doing different things out there, challenges and things like that, but I love this game. So, most of you, if you didn't catch on, my gaming tag is LawDog9301. A little bit about myself. Introductions here. I guess I should have done that at first. LawDog9301 represents me in my career. I have been a Texas licensed peace officer for the last 25 years. Enjoyed my career. And we got a little bit of money there. And before that, when I was younger and all the way up through high school, my dad was a farmer for about 30 years. So, in reality, I've actually driven, operated most of, not all, but most of the equipment that is on this game. So I have a deep passion for farming, and I'd like to share my experiences on this game. I think, which is unique, because I've actually done this for not necessarily for a living, but helping my dad out and stuff like that I can share maybe along the way in these videos, and kind of share some of my passion for the love of this game that I have. Man, I enjoy this game a lot. Play it just about pretty much every day, a little bit every day. And so I just thought, there's a lot of folks out there YouTubing and streaming, and I really wanted to kind of give this a shot. And like I said, this is strictly for fun. It's a hobby for me. So I hope you guys like the content. Make sure to, if you do, hit the like button, subscribe, because if you do that, I'm looking in the future to do some multiplayer and doing some live streams. Don't really expect a whole lot of this. I mean, it's more for fun than anything. Oh my goodness. Don't tell me I've already got it hung up. This is more for fun, kind of a hobby. So, just like I said, I wanted to, as I'm playing this game, I'd like to share it with other folks, and even actually share a little bit of my passion as a young kid and young adult, my experiences in farming. I think that's what draws me to this game, is it kind of takes me back a little bit and reminds me of the times that we're doing driving these tractors and doing row cropping and stuff. I was born and raised in the South Plains in Texas, so most of the crops, well, the primary crop in the South Plains is cotton. So raised a lot of cotton. Have had the opportunity to raise crops like wheat, grain sorghum. Go ahead and leave this running for right now and harvest those type crops. Let's see, 8,400, not bad. 13, not bad. Alright, so got enough built up here. Let's go ahead and look at purchasing the Cockerling. Yeah, that's definitely the sewing machine that I want. Alright. And like I said, I just had the opportunity to raise some different type crops. I've also had the opportunity of being around raising horses, cattle, hogs. I was in FFA when I was in junior high and high school. Showed hogs actually, and did pretty good doing that. Had a lot of fun. So I mean, I've got definitely some roots here in this game to share with this game. So alright, so we'll get this back over here right now. And I'm gonna do, for right now, I'm gonna do about 30-minute videos in series. And like I say, I want to kind of look at the progress here, and if folks like the content and like the videos, definitely hit like. You know, if there's room for improvement, definitely leave me a good can't back and talk at the same time, sorry about that. Leave me a comment, you know, if there's ways that I can improve this. I definitely want the content of these videos to be enjoyable for folks as well, even though I'm doing it for fun. And there we go, got about 1,000 in seed there. Let's get this out of the way. I think we may go ahead and sell the truck and the case before we get started here, because we're definitely going to need the cash flow to upgrade our tractor, even because we need the horsepower, because that 1455 case has only got about 145 horsepower, so we're gonna need that. I would sell this, but it's not worth much right now, so let's kind of empty this tipper here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this turn. That's pretty tight here. We're going to give it a try, right? Oh, no, I did. What a deal. Alright, let's go ahead and shut this off for right now and move over to the truck. We're going to go ahead and sell this. And like I said, I apologize for this first video. This is kind of getting us started, but I want to start from scratch and do this in series. So the first 30 minutes or the 30-minute video of this is probably going to be selling and getting rid of equipment that we don't need. So if you don't if you think this is kind of boring or whatever, I apologize up front. But I promise what we're going to do is we're going to be doing realistic farming here. This is a means to an end. 20,000, we're going to take that. And let's scoot over to our case. Let's see what we can do here. Looks like we may be a little bit short. The tractor I've got in mind is the Fortis, and I want to say it's about 155,000. I don't know. We'll go in here and check. Let's sell the case first, and then we'll take a look at it. So when I'm playing the game, I do a little bit of both in-cab driving and outside the cab. It just depends on the implement, but I want to give you a variety, so I'll do a little bit of both. I know some folks like to see a little bit of both, so I'll try to do that for you. Not much into a lot of the... Okay, yeah, so we're going to be a little bit short, so let's jump over here in our New Holland, get it cranked back up. Let's see what we got. The soybeans. Let's sell these soybeans first. and check on time, how we're doing. Okay, we're still pretty good. So let's go ahead and take this down. We've on in the Old Stream Farm, we've only got one sell point. So I'm not going to do much price shopping here. We're just going to sell. Even if the price is down, we're going to sell right off the bat. I'm not going to put anything in the silo and wait on the market to improve or anything like that for right now. We may do that at a little bit later time. So basically what we got here, for those that don't know, we've got 4 farms. They've already been cultivated, so basically we can go seed them right now. And I think for this first go around we will just start seeding, which I know that our yield will be a little bit lower, but that's okay until we build up some more cash where we can afford a plow and plow it. So we'll just wait for that after the first crop. I've played this map before, so I've kind of got a little shortcut cutting through the bio plant, running through town. Of course, you know, we're traveling at these phenomenal amount of speeds on the game, but in real life, tractors, typically, especially like row crop tractors, their road gear speeds are about 18 to 20 miles per hour, depending on the make. A funny thing is, when you're in the field, most of the time you're plowing about 3.5 to 4 miles an hour, sometimes 5, depending on the implement. But I've noticed on this game, like some of the cultivators, I mean, they'll go 12 miles an hour, which typically you won't do that in real life. Of course, pretty much, I mean, when you look at this, you can, in a few hours, we can plow and plant all the farms that we have right now. So, okay, so we got, whoa, wow, we got 6,500. So we've definitely got right at the amount that we can buy the Fortis right now. I may want to go ahead because I don't want to go in the negative. Let's get back to the silo and load up with another crop, probably canola, because that's usually your second highest valued crop. So we'll do that real quick. And like I said, I'm just going to apologize up front. This first video is going to be just trying to build up some cash flow before we get started farming and stuff. But like I said, it's a means to an end. Alright, we're on our way here. Looking good so far. Driving our Speed Demon tractor at 26 miles an hour. Which is, in real life, I think the fastest tractor I drove, my cousin had a V8 Massey Ferguson that I drove one time, and I had to move it from one farm to another, and in road gear that thing would go like 30 miles an hour, and it was scary. Wasn't quite used to that, 28 to 30 miles an hour. And back then we were farming with 8-row equipment set on 40-inch centers. And so when you're traveling down a roadway, mailboxes are your biggest hazard. And so you definitely had to slow down for those. Not enough soybean there for us to do any good there. So I'm going to look at this real quick. I want to see what price-wise. So soybean 826, and canola right now is really down. So let's sunflower, I mean, not soybean. Sunflowers is 826. So let's go ahead and sell the sunflowers. and build up our cash flow a little bit so I can go ahead and buy the tractor that we need. Alright, perfect. Got us a full load here. But anyway, that Massey Ferguson, that thing was a hoss, but it was also scary when you're in road gear. Had a lot of hydraulic problems though. I remember I was running a implement and the lift got to the end and it wouldn't lift up, and so had to definitely send that into the shop and get fixed, because not good when you get down to the end of the row and trying to turn around and make another pass. Most of what I've driven is John Deere and International. I've driven some Case International. I can't remember what year it was. Case and International used to be separate, but I think Tenneco bought them out and combined the Case and the International. But I've driven a front wheel assist Case International. Those are cool, especially with a sound guarded cab and air conditioning. I've driven tractors with just a canopy or an umbrella, and man, in Texas it gets hot. Those are not fun. And plus all the dirt. Oop, I went too fast, y'all. Sorry about that. I'm getting in a hurry. Alright, let's get this sold. And we can go buy, oh definitely, yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of cash. We can probably buy some more seed even. Oh yeah, 7,000, that's good. Okay, so we're making progress here. Of course, all this right now is a means to an end for us. Let's see, how are we doing on time? Okay, we're still doing pretty good on time. Well, as I said before, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sean Myatt. My game tag is LawDog9301. If you like what you see, hit the like button, and last but not least, make sure to subscribe. Being a little repetitive here, but like I said, it's my first video, kind of testing the water, so to speak. Hopefully I'm just doing this for fun and as a hobby, and hopefully keep some folks engaged and really like what I'm doing here. And as time goes along, I hope to get better at this. There's definitely some folks out there that are a lot better than me, and I appreciate and value what they do. Streaming Farm Simulator 17. Kudos to them. Well, like I said, I play this every day, so I want to share a little bit of my passion for this game, as well as how it relates to my life. Alright, so we're going to park this back under here because we got plenty of cash right now. Let's go ahead and shut this down. Let's go shopping. What do you say? Yeah, Fortis. 193, 151. So yeah, we're good. Perfect. Let's go crank that tractor up. Oh wow, that's amazing. I like the sound of that. Alright, so this is definitely going to be big enough for us to start planting. Let's get started here on our planting of the first field, and I'm going to use some hired help in this. I'm going to try not to do that a lot. I'd like to do most of it myself, and then eventually, if everyone likes what we got going on here, we're going to do some multiplayer and I can get some help and definitely won't have to do hired help. Alright, I think we got enough seed in here to where we can plant the small fields. I'm going to do a little bit of diversity on our crops. I'm going to do some alright, we're good to go there. We're going to do some wheat, canola, and soybean for sure. Maybe some barley. Wheat we can definitely make work because you produce so much of it. Let's get out of here and unfold this guy. Close our lid there. See how are we doing on time? Definitely don't want to run over here. Oh, yeah, wheat. I want to do wheat on this one, so we don't have to do any adjustments. Ooh, coal. Alright. There we go. Got around her. Alright, so we are definitely on our way here, y'all. Getting our crop in here, planted. And like I said, I'm going to do this in series, so we're not going to get through planting before this video runs out of time. But we're getting a definitely good start here. This is a pretty small farm, so it may not take us very much time to do this one. We've got some other crops we need to sell that's in the silo, but we'll work on those. May even, when we get to the bigger fields, we'll hire us a worker, and because we're definitely going to need the money for the seed, because it'll cost us probably about $4,000 or $5,000 to fill this hopper up. And one other item we gotta buy is going to be a fertilizer rig, because this particular seeder does not fertilize as it's sowing. That's just not going to be a big problem. You can definitely go fertilize separately till we work our way up to some of the other machines that do, till we can get tractors that have enough horsepower to do it. Alright, there we go. We're on our way here. Seems like it takes, from playing the game, canola use a lot more seed than you do some of the other. Soybean, you don't use that much seed. There we go. We'll get all this planted, and what I'm going to do is once I get everything planted, I'm going to fast forward time. I don't have enough equipment here to be able to do anything really in between times, but as we get further along, that we can log and take care of animals and things of that nature, we'll do that in between times, so make us a little extra money, even baling and wrapping bales and stuff like that. So Did I not go far enough? Alright. Did that time. So we're going to do most of this ourselves. There we go. This little farm. So hopefully we can get this one sowed and within our time frame. And ooh, too close. Like I said, we'll do this in series. So this definitely won't be the last video. I'll probably go ahead and post this one sometime tonight, once I have time to edit it. And then hopefully get another one posted by tomorrow sometime. But like I said, for me to progress and move forward, definitely hit the like button, subscribe. We'll move up to our multiplayer, as I said, and we'll get some folks in here to play with us. Hopefully build up or make some new relationships and friends and stuff in this. I haven't really done much online. I've done some online, but not a whole lot. But I'd like for folks to enjoy and be a part of this and enjoy, you know, the seriousness of farming is my intention. And of course, like I said, this is just fun for me. Hobby. So hopefully you'll like it too. Alright, looks like our last pass here. How are we doing on time? Okay, well, we're doing pretty good. We're going to get this field wrapped out. Got a few little spots here we're going to have to touch up. But other than that, we did pretty good. We've still got plenty of seed. We can actually sow another field with how much we got in here. Let's go get this one little spot we missed. There we go. Alright, perfect. Alright, good deal. I don't see any other little spots. Maybe that little bit right there, but we'll be okay with that. I can live with it. And like I said, you know, not plowing and anything, not plowing before we actually sow is gonna decrease our yield. Not gonna be able to bring in as much money. Whoop, I missed my turn. Sorry about that, y'all. We're not gonna bring in as much money as we would have had we used a break and plow on this, but that's okay. We're just getting started. Alright folks, get into here, and time's catching up to us pretty quick. I'll go ahead and start the basics on this farm and save it for the next video. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and plant wheat on these small farms. I would save the straw, but like I said, we don't have enough for that money-wise to buy a loader wagon yet. Nope, I need to dress up the ends here. Ooh. The bigger farms, I'm going to plant canola and soybean on. That typically they generally bring in more money on the crop. We got a lot of grass here. I don't know whether to wait and get a plow and break those right now and convert them into row crops so we can get more cash. I'll think about that. We'll see what we can do here first. I don't want to get ahead of myself here, because we can always go back and plant them into plant them back into grass if I need them. But there's only one field I can think of, maybe two fields I can think of in this map that we could plow the grass and turn them into a row crop so that we can build up our cash flow right now. Alright, so folks, we're about to run out of time. For those that you dropped in and checked out my video, I appreciate it. Make sure to hit the like button. Definitely hit subscribe if you like what you see. This is the beginning of this series for the Playing on Hard with the Old Stream Farm version 2. And I believe I'll make one more pass and we should be done for this video. We'll send around this pine tree here. Alrighty. And like I said, folks, I appreciate you popping in and watching my videos. Hope you like them. Let me know what you think. Be nice. Like I said, I'm just getting started here. This is my first video. Don't be too hard on me. If you got some good feedback, make sure to let me know. Definitely be receptive of it. So again, thank you for joining my channel. Sean Might here, Law Dog 9301, and stay tuned and join us in the next episode. Y'all have a good night.